Hey guys, Scott here. Today I want to talk about my ideal system that I would use for, ranks in this game. And ideally, I made a whole system where it would work with MMR, but it would have to take into account a lot more things because I don't think it's possible to automate skill assessment in this game, especially for Survivor. For Killer, it's a bit easier, but for Survivor, it's just like there are so many things, like how many pallets are you using to chase, what map did you get, what perks are you using, what type of killer is it? Some killers don't even chase you. It's like there's just there's 50 billion variables that go into assessing skill in this game, and I truly do not think a system, an automated system, can do that. So that means that their system is going to be use something very simple like escapes and kills and hooks and things like that. And I can't imagine they're going more in depth than that because it's just so much to account for that I don't think a system can do it. But let's take a step back away from MMR. And to me, the current matchmaking system would work fine if it worked. Because I think the two main complaints I always see about the current matchmaking system in the ranks, the first one is that it just doesn't work. You'll be a rank 1 and you'll go against rank 15s for some reason, or you'll be a rank 15 and you'll go against, a super high rank killer for no reason. That just should never happen. That's just a system that does not work. MMR won't fix that because it'll be the same thing. Like if you have 5,000 MMR, you go against 2,000 MMR players. Doesn't matter what the system is. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You're still not going against what you're supposed to be going against. So that's the first main complaint I have with the actual system. And it's probably the most universal complaint, is that it literally just does not work. And then the second main thing is that the skill disparity at the high ranks is still too high. You can have a rank 1 be extremely good at the game or just not great, and they get carried by Survive with Friends or carried by, 4 slowdowns, double iridescent add-ons every single game. Like, again, there's so many variables in there that make it muddy, but to me, the simplest fix for that is just adding 5 more ranks. You can push it back to rank 25 starting, or maybe push it forward past rank 1 into, like, Prestige, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 stars, 5 stars, something like that. I don't know. Just something like that. And you'll notice that the lower your rank is, the harder, or the easier it is for you to rank up, right? So a rank 20 can rank up much easier than a rank 1. They're required to do way less in order to rank up, right? So it gets harder and harder and harder until rank 1 it's the most strict, and now you would have another category that's even more strict than that. And this would be it would almost be unfair how strict the requirements would be. Like for Killer, you have to 4K, or for Survivor, you have to have 3 or 4 escapes with your entire team. If you did this, it would basically separate the top tier and sweaty players into their own category, because you'll have mostly Survive with Friends and shit, and that, because almost everyone has to escape, and the killer almost always has to kill every player in that tier with no real exceptions. And again, it's not very accurate because there are always billions of other variables that can go into it. But I think just doing that would make a separate kind of embedded system of the most try-hard and sweaty players if you had basically an unfair requirement to get to that point. And the thing is, well, you could say, well, people could abuse that. What, survivors have to get 3 or 4 escapes, right? Well, they're just going to bully the killer all game and then run at them and, kill themselves. And that's true. But that's also true with MMR. I guarantee it's weighting escapes extremely heavily in their system, and they could do the same thing. And then, if the game lasts 4 minutes, everyone has 10,000 points, and then they just run into the killer and kill themselves at the end, their rank's probably not going to increase. I'm willing to bet that it's going to follow that same type of formula to where you're going to get the exact same result with an MMR system. And so I think adding 5 more extremely strict ranks can separate that top tier even more to really have a section that only has the best and sweatiest players. They don't even have to be the best. They could just people that bring the strongest shit or bring 4-man Survive with Friends all the time. So give them their own section. Now, to make this work, obviously the ranks have to work. So you should only rank with people or match with people that are within 3 or 4 of your ranks ever. That should just never change. If that's the case, those people will be in their own super sweaty category. The rank 1s will be in your standard good player category. And then 1 to, 5 to 6, 7, 8 will be kind of, it should average out to be a bit of an improvement over what we currently have. The emblem system needs a couple of updates as well, but I think a more loose system like this is so much better than trying to do what they're doing here. And here is my personal biggest reason for wanting the current system, but a bit better. It's that we know how it works. It doesn't work very well, but we know how it works. This MMR system that they're doing requires blind trust that behavior knows how to identify skill. I have zero trust that they know how to do that. If you've seen a lot of them play the game, I have zero trust that they know how to identify skill in this game. So that's why I'm so hesitant about this system, because we just have to completely blindly trust them. They're not even showing ranks anymore. It's just, we did this correctly, now believe us. And I just don't believe them. So the fact that it's completely blind worries me the most. And of course, there are other more selfish reasons, like, for content creators, MMR is going to be fucking terrible. It's going to suck. But I'm trying to veer away from, just that mindset and look at it in more of a broad picture. And hopefully I did that. But that's what I do. I think that's a lot better than what they're trying for the past 2 years. It's a lot simpler too. And I don't think this game should have something this strict, but we'll see. Thanks for watching, guys.